Welcome to CbPlus. On this video, we are going to cover the WAF function. So, get to the menu, and down here you have the WAF, or the web application firewall, or as I rather call it, just WAF to make it easier. So go to the manage option, and then you will enable or disable it. The WAF is based to use Geo IP, what means that you can block or allow countries around the world to access your server, and that is the good thing about this module. But well, have in mind that first you have to be using IP tables. It only works with IP tables. Have in mind that if you already have some rules over there, it may be mess it a bit. So be aware and please know what you're doing. If you don't have any firewalls working on that server, then it's gonna work just fine. But well, now you know it. So click on enable to make it run. On the first time you do it, it's going to take a bit more time than what you saw now, because well, it has to install some packages and do some stuff, so it takes a moment. So not much, but okay, once you have it enabled, then you can start to play with it. In the rules is where you add rules, right? Where what ports you want to block or allow, and to whom. I mean the countries, right? So this is how it works. You will just put the ports you want to control. Let's say the bunch of ports we usually have on our server, like 110, 143, what one, yeah, 13, 5. 78, 993, and 995. Just some bunch of ports I want to control. 2 points, the countries you want to block. Let's say you want to block, I don't know, China, and you want to block Japan, and you want to block US. Just to say, oh yeah, you have to know the two codes for each country. And if you don't know which ones, just you have this link that brings you to the Wikipedia codes of countries, so you can find the countries you want to block. Let's say Guyana here. So we can maybe add Guyana here. So just for fun, you can have a bunch of countries you want to block. And then 2 points and the kind of blocking you are looking to do. And there's two types. You can just block those countries you list, like China, Japan, US, and Guyana, but maybe what you want to do is the reverse blocking. I mean, block everything that it's not those countries I list. So if I just put it all here, it's gonna block these four countries, and it's going to allow all the other countries. Sometimes that's not what you want to do. So maybe what you want to do is allow only those specific countries. Like let's allow Brazil, U.S., I don't know, Germany, I don't know, Italy, and France. So this is going to, and then the type of block is going to be reversed, like rev. In this case, it is going to allow the connections only from those countries and block all the rest of the world. So this is up to you to decide how to deal with that. There is a limit. You can't put more than 11 countries on each rule, and this is something that is a limit done by the IP tables model that manage those blockings. So don't go too far on those country lists in each rule. If you really want to use a lot of countries, just put new rules. So let's say this is what I want to do. I want to allow ports, this list of ports to be only be accessed by these four countries. So I click add, and the rule is added to the IP tables. So now the firewall is only allowing those countries to access your server. So well, what about 80 and 443, right? I mean the webmail. So okay, I'm going to just say that I want to block just China, Japan, and I don't know, Colombia, just for something. And I'm going to say that's all. So I add a second rule, and this means that China, Japan, and Colombia cannot access my 80 and 443 ports, and those above are only accessible for those four countries. So now you have an example of reverse kind of blocking and all type of blocking. This is already running, right? I mean, rules set, you have it over here, the status is on, and that's it. Pretty easy. But of course, sometimes you will need to allow uh, some networks or IPs. I mean, exceptions are out all the time. As you can see, this network 172.2.0.0 is already here because this is the Docker inside network, and well, you don't want to block CbPlus, right? So this is why it's here, and you cannot remove it. Just for the record, this is how you add rules, but this is also how you remove it. I mean, if you don't want this rule over here anymore, all you need to do is just remove it and click here in save or del, and that rule is gone. So it's up to you to go over here and clean it and add it. And of course, orders, the order matters. This is a firewall after all, so one rule after another. So if you want it the other way around, you need to remove this one and save. Get it here, remove and save. Go over here and then add it in the order you want it to be there, right? I mean, order matters. Okay, so whitelist, maybe you want to just whitelist some IP or some network, just add it over here, and it's done. Uh, Sometimes you want to update the GeoIP database. CbPlus already does it for you once a week. It goes over there and update the database, and that's important because I mean IPs changes, and that it's something you want to have updated. But who knows? Maybe you want to do it manually. Just go over here, click, and it's gonna update it for you. You have the logs area where you can see the blocks and see what's going on, and you also have this statistics area that I found pretty fancy, where you can see in the graphics how the blocks are going through, and you can also take a look on some nice statistics, like pick the date over here and wait a bit, and it's going to show you. And last but not least, there is the statistics, where you got this fancy graph, so you can see how many blocks you're doing through the time. And down here you have a detailed report where you can pick the date, the day of the month, and it's gonna go through the logs and check, or I mean, order it by blocks and give you back the country where that IP belongs. So you get the top 10 uh, blocked IPs with its country beside, what's very useful if you want to know more details about where the blocks are coming from. So, well, and this is the WAF GeoIP tool on CbPlus.